Hi guys, my name is Lucia and today I have a middle of the year check-in for my 2018 makeup use-up goals. If you missed that intro, which was 6 months ago, I will link it down below. This is not a project pan, this was just a list of stuff that I wanted to do with my collection that had to do with panning or low buys or all that stuff. I tried a year-long project pan in 2017 and it did not work, so I decided to try this instead. And something that is really interesting that I'm finding while I am looking at this list is you just change so much in 6 months, and at the beginning of the year you have no idea where you will be in 6 months. A lot of the things on this list that I either wanted to use up or just goals that I had for myself I don't agree with anymore, or I don't have that same view anymore. I thought that I would go through the list and also just kind of tell you guys why and what has changed. And I think it's important to acknowledge that even if you set a goal for yourself, if you decide you change your mind, that's great, that's fine. We don't have to stick so hard to these goals with panning. Panning is just what works for you, and you truly just don't know what is going to work for you in the future. I'm gonna go over the products that I wanted to use up. Now, this might seem redundant from my project pans that I have done so far because I put the products from this list into those project pans. Really quick to go through what I have already used up in project pans. I wanted to use up my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I did that. I wanted to use up the Tarte blush in Party. I did that. Super exciting. The first blush I've ever used up. I wanted to use up the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I did that really recently, actually. That lasted me 3 years, which is crazy. I wanted to use up the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I did. And I also wanted to use up the MAC Lipstick in Twig, and I did that. Things that are in my current project pan are the Benefit Watts Up. I tried to use this in the fall, but this is a summer thing, so I do plan on panning this summer. I also want to use up the MAC lipstick in Mocha. I wish I had marked where this was. I didn't do that because I was like, oh, it's not a project pan, so I don't want to pressure myself or something, but I wish I had marked that because that would have been cool to see where I am in 6 months. But I definitely think I have used up a good amount of this. I know that I had more than this. I plan to use this up by the end of the summer. That's in my project pan. I wanted to use up the Smashbox Bronze Lights Bronzer. I actually threw that away. I decluttered that. That was 5 years old. It was time to go. At the time, it was the only bronzer in my collection. I have since received a couple bronzers in PR, like 3 or 4. I couldn't use that bronzer regardless if I had gotten any more, so I was very happy to throw that one away. I had 2 products from the Balm. First one is Bahama Mama, which is a bronzer. That's in my project. I also wanted to use up this blush in Hot Mama. I talked about how this really wasn't working for me as of a couple months ago. I'm gonna try it when I'm a little bit more tan, but I'm probably going to declutter that. I have this whole thing where I wanted to really go through my blushes, so I used up that one blush, and I have these 2 other blushes. I wanted to hit pan on one of these. This is Rockateur by Benefit, and this is Tarte Exposed. And I do have a really good dip in Tarte Exposed. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's right up there at the top. I've kind of just realized that I use Tarte Exposed and Rockateur every day. They're basically the only blushes I consider to be in my collection because this Hot Mama one I'm waiting on for summer, but I'll probably get rid of it. So I use them every single day. I used to want to see pan because I wanted to see it. Now, that doesn't mean I would use up products faster or dig into the product or use any more product than usual. I just simply had a desire to see pan. I don't really have that anymore. You know what? I'm gonna hold off. There are a couple more products on this list that I want to talk about, and then we will get into how I have changed. I wanted to hit pan in my Anastasia Nicole Grow Glow Kit on the shades Forever Lit and Daydream. At the time, this was the only thing that I was using. I used this for 1 year straight. I talked about this in Makeup Products I've Changed My Mind About video. I'll link that down below. I hardly have used this year because I'm not into a super glowy highlight. I have Essence Pure Nude on today. I have no desire to force myself to pan these 2 shades. I used the crap out of this. I am happy with the progress I made, and I am happy to just have it in my collection for when I want to use it, but it's not the type of thing I want to pan anymore. Another product that I have changed my mind about that I talked about in the video was the Modern Renaissance palette. I had a goal to hit pan on every shade in this, and I just don't like this anymore. I also had a goal to hit pan on more shades in my Dream Street palette. I have pan on 2. I have no idea where I was in the beginning of the year. I'm assuming I didn't have pan on any because I had just gotten it. Yeah, that would be right. I don't have desire to hit pan on any more shades because these are just kind of standard shades. I don't want to use them every single day. When I want to do a neutral look or something, I'll go for this, or when I want the pops of blue. But as I said, it's just kind of changed. I don't have this desire to see pan as much. That was everything for the products. I did have some goals, count how much I spend, to try more foundations, and to go on an eyeshadow no-buy, and I'll talk about those, but let's just talk about how I've changed, because when I did the intro to this video, I had around 1,600 subscribers, maybe 1,500. I had absolutely no idea that I would gain the amount of subscribers that I have. I had no idea that I would create the Make Up Your Mind series, that I would get a bit bigger, and I had no idea that I would get any PR. Now that I have gotten PR, not a lot, but a little bit of PR, my perspectives have shifted a little bit on how I want to pan and how I look at my collection. At one point, I was so worried about using up everything. I talked about this in my makeup addiction video. I was so worried about using up everything. God forbid one thing were to go bad in my collection before I would use it up, and I don't feel like that anymore. I like having variety. It's weird because 6 months ago, I did not care for variety. I wanted the products that I liked. I wanted maybe 1 or 2 blushes, 1 bronzer, and that was what I wanted. And now the thought of that doesn't make me happy. When I look at my bronzers, I don't think I need to hit pan on this. I think, okay, I want to rotate through these. I want to use all of them, which I do. I believe I have 4 or 5 bronzers. That's how I am now. With eyeshadow palettes, I have been testing out a ton of ones that were sent to me. Once I test those all out, I am then going to declutter it down to the ones that I really, really want and inspire me in my collection, but that will be more than the 3 palettes or 4 palettes that I had when I made that video, and I'm okay with that. I don't need to see pan in every one of my eyeshadow palettes, especially because I wear color. I know today I'm not really wearing that much of a colorful look, but if you know my videos, you know that usually I wear a lot of color, and it doesn't make sense for me to pan a bright green eyeshadow. Am I gonna wear bright green every day? No. And when I do wear green, am I gonna wanna wear the same one eyeshadow every day? Not really. I'm not saying that I'm quitting project panning in any way. I still love project panning, but I've just shifted. When I made that intro video, project panning was everything. That was what I loved. That was who my channel was for, and it's not quite like that anymore. I don't watch project panning videos anymore. I find them kind of boring, which is weird. I never thought I would say that. I love to see what products people were using up. I still like to film them, and I still like to show you guys because I don't find it boring to do the projects and I want to update you guys, but my whole subscription feed used to be project panners. It's not like that anymore. I watch my friends who do it, I watch their videos of project panning, but for the most part, it's not what I seek out. That tells me something about myself. Let's get back to the goals. I wanted to count how much I spend. I have actually done that. I'm gonna pull up the document that I have. I have kept track of 2 different things because I asked you guys, should I count products I buy with a gift card as products I spent money on? I'm not doing that because if it's from a gift card, I didn't spend money on it, so I'm not gonna pretend I did, but I've still kept track of those products. All right, I kept track of them by month. In the total month of January, I spent $4.50 on the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. In February, I didn't buy any makeup. In March, I spent $8.20 on the Milani eyeshadow primer. In April, I bought the Becca First Light Priming Filter with a gift card. I bought 2 of the Lights Camera Lashes mascaras with a gift card. They were both on sale for the 21 Days of Beauty. And then I bought Coastal Scents Hot Pots for $13.86 with a gift card. In May, one of you guys helped me get a beauty blender for $10. I did spend my money on that. I'm gonna count that. I don't know if sponges count, but I think I'm gonna count that. So in total, for money that I have spent without a gift card for this year so far, I've spent $22.69. I am so proud of that. Obviously, I did bring in a couple more things with gift cards, and I have been trying stuff out for PR, but I know that if I hadn't been receiving PR, I wouldn't have spent a lot more money because I just don't spend that much on makeup. I like to have a curated collection. I do plan on buying, there's an eyeshadow palette or 2 eyeshadow palettes that are about to come out. I'm planning a video of makeup that really inspires me, and if those eyeshadow palettes inspire me, I will buy them for that video for my channel purposes. But just in general, it feels really good because I used to be in a place where I obsessed over it so much, and with the makeup addiction I was buying so much, and not even that, but I was just obsessing over it. I have not looked at this list. I can't believe that's the number, but I have not obsessed over it. I have not looked at it. If I had spent $50 more than I had, that's okay. This isn't a big deal, and I'm not trying to say you are dumb if you have spent more than that. I know most of the people watching have spent way more than $20 this year on makeup. You don't have to do what I do. This is just how I do it and what works for me, and I am really happy with that number. The other things, try more foundations. I have not tried any more foundations. I'm really happy with the Fenty Beauty foundation. I am gonna get an e.l.f. foundation for the summer once I get tan. I don't want to spend $34, $32, however much the Fenty Beauty one is. I don't want to spend that on the summer shade that I'll have for 3 months. The e.l.f. foundation is like, what, $5? So that sounds good to me. And then eyeshadow no buy, I don't care about that. I've gotten a ton of eyeshadows in PR, as well as I bought 15 of the Hot Pots with that gift card. I just don't care about that. Like I said, I used to really be like, I want to hit pan on all my shadows. I used to do 1 month, 1 palette. I'm not doing that at the moment since I'm reviewing a lot of palettes. I'm just happy to use palettes, and I'm happy to get a lot of looks. I would never want to own a palette and just have one look that I do with it. I always want to be inspired by my palettes and be doing different looks, but I don't need to see pan. I just don't. It's not where I am right now. In 6 months, I might be totally different. I might come back for the finale of this and say, who did I think I was? Of course I need to see pan. Right now, I'm just, I don't know, guys. I'm kind of chill. I'm thinking, it's okay. Relax. There's only so much you can do. You can have a collection with 3 eyeshadow palettes, and that can work. But then if your channel grows and then you start getting PR, it's like, well, that doesn't work anymore. But did I even like that? Was that even working for me before? I would never do something that is uncomfortable for me. I would never try to be someone I'm not. So that's all I'm trying to say. I am always transparent with you guys. I always try to be true to myself, and that's where I am right now. It has been a wild 6 months here on my channel. Thank you all for taking the journey with me. I never, ever, ever, ever expected to be here where I am right now when I filmed that intro video. You never know where life is gonna take you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.